Welcome to the Wild Nova podcast. I'm your host, Janine O'Brien. Join me as we explore holistic health for your body, mind, and spirit through inspiring interviews with experts and seekers. It's all about a balanced and fulfilling life. So let's dive in. Welcome to this week's episode. It is a solo episode, and I am so excited. I say that every time, I realized. I guess it's just, I found something I'm passionate and excited about, and I can't wait to show it to everybody and have everyone experience it and hear everything from all of these people that I feel like I need to look up a thesaurus. Thesaurus? Yeah. That one, because I need more words for excited so that, I don't know, there's a little bit more variety for you. But I am excited. We're now at episode 5. We have a couple interviews with people that turned out better than I ever could have imagined for literally my first few episodes and interviews of people. I don't even know where to start. I have some stuff I want to dive into for this solo episode, but I want to start by just basically saying thank you. Thank you for everybody that has been sharing these episodes and watching the YouTube videos and listening to the podcast for these few weeks. It's only been a month, and between the downloads of podcast episodes and the downloads of the video, we're already at over 200 downloads and in like 4 separate countries, and that's incredible. Like, I assumed it would be like half of that, or yeah, it's been amazing. And it really means a lot to me that people are kind of spending their time with me, and it's so cute. I have a couple friends that message me the day the recording's coming out, and they're like, okay, where's my episode? So there are a few things that, it's been a learning curve. I've never done voice recording or video recording before, so there's definitely been a learning curve. One of the times we recorded the whole episode, usually I do have 2 separate mics for the recordings, but I somehow managed to forget an adapter for one of the microphones. So I was like, okay, we'll just do it with one mic. And then as soon as the episode finished recording, because we were doing it at my office in town, something happened to the Wi-Fi, and as soon as the episode finished, and it said saved, and it saves all online with that program, and for some reason the Wi-Fi kicked off, and the whole episode was just gone. Thankfully, the video had captured some audio, so the audio wasn't the best, but none of my audio's been the best, if I'm going to be honest. It's been funny because part of me, while doing research, kind of didn't really understand a lot of like, okay, have the microphone nice up close because it's clear and all of that. Yeah, it's going to be kind of funny to see differences as I go, because I am learning quite a bit as I'm moving on. So seeing these few couple episodes at the beginning, and then seeing probably even 6 months from now how different it's going to be is kind of great in a lot of ways. And I already have a few more people lined up for interviews for this month and next month, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. It's been kind of funny because obviously in a couple of the episodes that I've recorded at home, you've heard a few dogs barking in the background. And I almost feel like in the video versions, I need to start putting up every time like one of my dogs barks, put up a picture of them so you can tell which one's barking. Most of the time it's Gambit. Every once in a while it's Quinn. they've got personalities, and they probably will always bark in the background. I don't know if a day goes by where they don't. I do have 3 dogs. Some people call me crazy, but I love them, and they're only like 10 pounds each. It's not like I have 3 ginormous dogs. These guys try to take up as much space as possible everywhere they go, but they still, you can pick them up with one arm and move them. So yeah, it's kind of the middle of holiday season right now. I'm actually recording this on the 31st, on New Year's Eve. And I just kind of wanted to chat about everything that's come up when it comes to the holidays and New Year's and all of that craziness. I was really nice actually this year. I got to have my brother and my nephew come. So that was good. Spent some time with them and my grandparents and my aunt and uncle and my cousin and my mom. And then we did a separate holiday with my husband's parents and his sister. And then he just had a birthday actually on Friday. So we had a friend birthday party Friday and then a family birthday party on Saturday. And now it's New Year's Eve. And it's pretty much this time of year is nonstop for me. And this one has been particularly difficult, especially with everything that happened this last summer. I know I've previously talked about it, even in the last episode a little bit more. I did put a trigger warning just because, as somebody who has been listening to podcasts for a really long time, there are certain times where all of a sudden there's discussions that come up that I wasn't really ready for. And I'm like driving along the highway and I'm like, oh, this is a great episode. And then all of a sudden it's talking about something that I wasn't ready to deal with myself at the time. And then it's like, oh God, change. So I try to jump in and give a little bit of a warning in some of the episodes, just ones that are more detailed and stuff. Yeah, if anyone has any questions or people that they want to hear on the episodes, just email me. Find me on Instagram, find me on Facebook, find me on my website. I'm always willing to hear about suggestions. If you have someone you would love to hear, I will contact them. I'm totally good with that. I would love to have more people on. And yes, of course, I have my people I'm reaching out to, but at the same time, maybe it's somebody I don't know, and I'm definitely always wanting to get to know people. So yeah, if you have somebody that you think you want to hear from, please send me a shout out and let me know. And if there's any topics that you're curious about, especially right now, we're going into January, it's a little bit slower. If there's anything you're curious about, like learning and exploring different topics, like I said, I have a ton on my list, but I can prioritize certain ones if there's ones that you personally want to hear about a little bit more. Right now, I'm kind of aiming to do like an astrology one for my birthday because I figured that would be fun, kind of having my astrology chart done for my birthday. Yeah, other than that, I'm kind of just going with the flow. Last time I recorded a few episodes kind of all back to back, so that I wasn't having to try and work with everybody's schedule through the holiday craziness. Yeah, and that was really helpful actually, because then I could kind of edit on my own time, which it's me. One thing you'll learn, I like to procrastinate. I'm trying to get better at it, but I definitely procrastinate. And another learning curve, I did not know how long it takes to save edited videos. That's been fun. It was like 8 hours one day just trying to save a video that I edited. It was kind of funny. And yeah, so what I've done is basically I have the episodes, like I've said probably a few times, but I'm going to keep reiterating it. I have the longer uncut episodes on YouTube, and then I have the edited version on the podcast kind of platforms of like your Spotify, your Apple, Comcast, or Comcast? What the heck is Comcast? Castbox? That one. Anyway, so I have it kind of split up like that. So if you do go to the podcast episode and then you like watch the video, it's really interesting to see what's different between the two, because each of them have like over an hour extra of content. I think I'll pretty much find out by the end of this episode, but I think what I'm going to do is have the solo ones maybe the same version on video and audio, but I don't know yet. Like I said, it's ever evolving, it's ever changing, and I'll see where I'm at time-wise, honestly. I have some notes and stuff that I took kind of where I want to go with the topic for today. And as per usual, I will probably end up, like right now, ranting about nothing. Kind of about nothing? Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to say my holidays were fun. Got to spend time with everybody. Filled up my own little presents and stocking and stuff with things. And yeah, it was just really nice to see everyone. Yeah, definitely busy. And that was kind of why I chose the topics that I did today. So I kind of wanted to go over the seasons, not just the seasons, mostly just winter and all of that. Basically, what it is everything in life has a cycle. It has a flow. So for thousands of years, humans have gone with this flow and gone with this cycle of their lives and the seasons. Today, a lot of people have disconnected from the season and are kind of resistant to change. So, in my opinion, we have made it so easy to tune out the season and bypass our connection to the world around us, even with something as simple as our diets. We can now get any fruits and vegetables, whatever we want, any time of the year. It's not, hey, berries are in summer or anything like that. It's just, hey, you want a banana, you want a pineapple, an apple, anything, you can have it all year round. And for thousands of years, that wasn't available to us. And our bodies aren't really used to this. They're kind of made to go with the seasons. That's why in the wintertime, you crave those warm, hearty stews and soups and like chicken pot pie and, oh God, shepherd's pie. All of these warm, nourishing foods, even something as simple as your breakfast. You'll have like maybe some oatmeal this time of year or some eggs and hash browns and all of that. Whereas in the summer, you're more drawn to doing cold foods. And it's literally like your body craves it each time of the year. Even something as simple as like to help your body, especially with food and stuff this time of year, is pay attention to even what you're drinking. For winter and colder seasons, stop drinking iced coffees. It puts your body into shock even more when it's trying to stay warm. Drink your hot teas, your coffees, have lukewarm water. I almost never, ever, let me rephrase that. I never have fridge cold water, ever. I always have room temperature water. My system likes it so much better. It's just, it works for me. So learn to live more seasonally is kind of embracing the change. It's a death and rebirth cycle, and we're all a part of it, even though sometimes it can be a little bit scary. So, one of the times of year, I notice us not living in the cycle of the seasons is December and January, or what we actually consider as the first part of winter season. The winter season actually starts in mid-December, and it calls us to draw inwards and basically bring all of our attention inside of us. It's a time that honors stillness and darkness. It asks you to be introspective and focus on yourself and enjoy your own company and to rest, a repeat rest. But what do? We do absolutely the complete opposite with the crazy holiday rush. Instead of being introspective with ourselves, we go so outward with everything. We rush around buying a whole bunch of things for people to show them that we love them and know them and know how, like, who they are to us and what they represent. And most of the time, honestly, the people don't need those things. And if they do, if they weren't spending so much money on gifts for everybody else, they probably could just afford to buy it themselves if money is an issue. So we spend all of this time doing Christmas parties and gatherings and work parties, and we don't take care of ourselves. We have baking and dinners and so many family events. And if you try to take care of yourself and put yourself first and your needs and take a break for just like a day and not take care of everybody else and what they need and what they want, you're called a Scrooge. You're a Grinch. You're just a bad person in general. So we push ourselves in the season. And we should be resting. We are running off of our feet with what we feel is other people's expectations of us. We think it's okay because after Christmas holidays and all of that rush, it's done and I'll be able to take a break and relax and take a breath and have a little self-care. But then a couple days later, we have in the Western culture our New Year's. We are instantly asked by everybody around us, what is your New Year's resolution? What goals are you manifesting in your life for this year? So we create a list of resolutions that are basically a list of all of the things that we don't like about ourselves and our lives and the things and people in our lives. And we're pressured to completely uproot all of our routines to be a quote unquote better version of ourselves. And we put so much pressure on ourselves. Most resolutions are pushing yourself. Either you're going to the gym and exercising more, starting a new diet, or eating better, being more vigilant on a cleaning schedule of your house, pushing yourself at work to get a promotion or make more money, starting a new project or even a business, volunteering more, joining a new club, reading more, doing so much more, being happier, being more joyful, being more present for people, journaling more, manifesting more, all of these things, spending less, spending more, traveling. It's all of these lofty goals all at once at a time your body and mind are literally craving rest. They're craving and screaming for a break. We finally hit winter season. It's saying slow down. Be inside of yourself. Take a moment to just not do everything all at once and stop beating yourself up all the time. And we literally started up doing the exact opposite of the season. We set ourselves up for failure when it comes to these lofty goals of the New Year's resolutions. Did you know that 25% of people quit their New Year's resolution by the end of the week? 43% of people quit by the end of the month. And 80% of people lose all motivation by mid-March. And guess what else happens in mid-March? That's actually spring. That's when spring starts, is mid-March. That's the astrological new year. It's the season that is the new year. It actually represents planting seeds, rebirth, growth, and new experiences. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to do all of these things and better yourself and improve your life and the things around you. I'm just saying right now isn't the season to be starting all of these things, and you're putting unrealistic expectations on yourself and then beating yourself up for the rest of the year because you failed your goals in the first month. Instead, take this time to reflect on this past year and even the last 10. There's a quote that says, "You will overestimate what you can accomplish in a year and underestimate what you can accomplish in 10. So take time to reflect all of the amazing things that you've done in the last 1 to 10 years. I know that sometimes it can be difficult because we don't always see everything we have done and these amazing accomplishments, and we can feel like we're just not doing enough all the time. But even last year for me, I had goals that I still haven't accomplished. And I have accomplishments that were never my goals. Going through a massive amount of grief and depression this past year, something as simple as getting out of bed every day, making it through some of the darkest days of my life, and still being able to stand tall at the end of it and know I tried my best and I survived. Asking for help from people around me when I knew I couldn't do it all myself became things I am so proud of myself for accomplishing this year. Please try to remember that nobody is perfect. And we need to stop beating ourselves up all the time for being lost and not knowing what we want to do or where we want to go or how we want to get there. Nobody has all of the answers. And trust me, if they say they do, you need to be extremely cautious. You need to pay attention, very, very close attention to what they're saying, as well as why are they saying it. This time of year is a great time to actually plan. Plan the seeds that you want to plant in your garden of life in the spring. Deep dive into yourself and find your whys. If your goals are to diet and exercise, find your why. Do you not feel good about yourself? Are you feeling pressured from the people around you? Set up your big goals and plan all of your micro goals. So I'm realistic most of the time. I know I can say all of this, and for people to change what you have done for your whole life and to start living this way with the seasons, when everyone surrounding you still does it the old way, and you're now being different, that can be extremely scary. This takes time, and like everything, start with your macro goals. Maybe it's something as simple as looking into how to eat seasonally. That would be a really good start. Or, like I said, stop drinking cold drinks in the fall and winter and get that like cozy feeling. Anything that literally represents like cozying up on the couch with a book or something like that, or a movie, and just taking some self-care, warm, cozy time for yourself. That's winter. So, it is the time of year that you're going to have a whole bunch of trigger words kind of thrown at you in all directions, like manifest your best life. And manifestation has come up a couple times in the previous episodes, so I want to talk about it a bit today. What is the common perception of manifestation? Basically, the law of attraction. You ask the universe for something, you act like you already have it, and the universe will eventually just give it to you. So, something you want, like a promotion at work, you create an I am statement, like I am loving my new position at this company. You tell yourself every day. You have a picture of your new office on the fridge. You go out and you buy a new outfit that you would wear once you get the promotion. You start wearing it to work. You let go and you trust that the universe will provide. And the day comes. They are promoting someone at the company for this position. And guess what? It goes to someone else. It's not going to you. Now you have self-doubt. You don't trust the universe will provide at all because it didn't show up. Why would you? Yeah, you just basically let everything down. You didn't get exactly what you asked for. You lose faith. Now the big question is, what were you missing? Like with manifestation, you can create amazing opportunities in your life to accomplish more than you could ever imagine. But you have to be open and do the work. The universe isn't going to do all of it for you. And the usual analogy is you can ask to win the lottery, but if you don't buy a ticket, then you're making it extremely hard to win. I'm not saying one can't randomly blow across your feet when you're walking. If you've seen, I don't know, I think it was a My Name is Earl or something like that. So you can, but it's just really hard and it's going to take a lot more work. And you need to be open to different outcomes than what you originally thought. Maybe you don't get a job promotion for the company that you're working for at the moment, but maybe you get a job opportunity open up at another company for more money. If you're not willing to look around you and see what the universe may be offering because you have this pinpoint view on, no, this is what I'm getting this, I can't look outside, then you're missing So much opportunity. The previous explanation of manifestation, in my opinion, is missing so many crucial parts. It's not just good vibes only. This is what we refer to as toxic positivity and bypassing. Just fantasizing about what you want and not taking action can cause your manifestation to backfire or have very, very unwanted results, like a soulmate that's already married. One of my favorites that has happened to me was I needed a last minute appointment with my naturopath, and I was like, oh, she's usually booked out like a couple months. I'm not going to be able to get in. So I worked on my manifestation. I did all of my steps, and I was like, oh, you know what? And I had some funny wording, I guess, because I said, she's going to have a wide open schedule for me. And you know what this caused? Yeah, her schedule was wide open because she booked it off for a vacation. So yeah, of course she had a wide open schedule, but it wasn't for me. I don't think I even said that in the thing. I just said she has a wide open schedule. And it's like, okay, you manifested that. Great. But I should have been a little bit more precise. And it's not getting so precise that you lose opportunities. But it just comes down to the feeling as well and being open for things. So kind of where do you start? What do you do? And this is Janine's steps on manifestation. And yes, there's references, or there's pretty much bits and pieces I've pulled from everywhere over the years, but this is kind of what I do for the most part. So start with, what do you want? Like, seriously, what do you actually want? Examples are, do you want to find your soulmate? Do you want to get a raise? Do you want to travel more? Write down your big thing that you want. Now ask yourself, why? And write out your why. You really want this. And keep asking yourself why and what, like a brand new toddler that's driving you insane, to get to the core of what you really, really, really want. As I walk through this, I'm going to use the raise as like a raise at work for an example. So I want to raise at work. My why, obviously, I want more money. Pretty basic. All right. So why do I want more money? Okay. Well, I want to be able to go grocery shopping, buy whatever I want, not have to think about my budget, and I want to have my credit card paid off, and I want my rent paid with also being able to save money to buy my own place, and I want to be able to treat myself and not feel guilty for spending money. So what I really want, what I deep down really want, is the freedom to spend money without guilt. And I want to have the money coming in faster than it's going out. It's not just a raise at work for yourself that could accomplish this. So don't pigeonhole yourself. A raise can come with more work. It can come with more stress and less time to actually enjoy your life. So, step 2. Okay, so create your I am statement. Try not to use negative type words like not or can't and never. So for this, I would say I am financially abundant. I have money flowing into my life easily and effortlessly. This statement you can say to yourself 3 times a day, every day. So step 3, when you're saying your affirmations, Close your eyes. Imagine what you were saying coming into your life. Drop into your body and feel the joy of this manifestation inside of you. What will it feel like when it comes into fruition? If it's money, picture your bank account with thousands of dollars in it and all of your debts paid off, and you can do whatever you want. Feel that joy and that relief and that stress just melt off of you. Step 4, find your blocks. So when doing the previous step, did you feel some resistance? Did you feel you have that nasty part of your brain just pop up and try to kick you down? Maybe you were not able to feel like what you were picturing was ever truly going to happen and could only ever be a movie in your head. Write out all of the reasons that you could never get what you want. Write out all of your whys again. Why do you think that you don't deserve this? What blocks and negative thoughts are running through your head when you think about this? Now try to dive into why do you have this limiting belief? Was it something you were raised with? Something you heard from somebody else? Was it something your parents were raised with? Is it something you see showing up for the people around you? Do you just feel unworthy? What is it? Step 5. Now work on your macro steps. Show yourself that the limiting belief isn't true. Find people to look up to, either in real life or literally there's an amazing vast sea of people on the internet right now, and you've access to this, and they have done exactly what you want to do, and they have what you want to have. And this will prove to yourself and your brain that it is possible, that you can do it, and you are capable. Create your macro goals and work towards them. Do you want more money in your life? You don't have to work 12 hours a day, something you hate, or doing something you hate, but you have to be open to seeing where the universe might be giving you signs of new opportunities, and even what abundance might be coming. If you're asking for abundance and you say you're like, I need money to come in and I want abundance, look what you would spend the money on. And is that coming into your life instead? Whether it's free items, if it's food, if it's time spent with friends, doing activities. Sometimes it's not just money that we want. So look at that. If you have an opportunity to get what you want, but literally cutting out the middleman of money, then you're fine. It's showing up differently. Do you want to find your soulmate? Stop dating every single person on the dating apps and work on self-love first. You can't honestly find the right person if you have no clue who you are or what you want in your life first. And in my opinion, people aren't meant to complete you. You need to work on being a whole person yourself and truly loving who you are with or without them. And then you can show up your fullest self in the relationship and create magic together. So I hope these steps kind of help give you a little bit of a starting off point. And just try to remember your current reality is a manifestation of your choices, of your past choices and your current choices. It can feel easy to point a finger in every single direction of why your life is the way it is if it's not quote unquote perfect for you right now, and play the blame game of this person did this and that person did that, and it was because of my boss or because of a friend or because of a family member or because of a situation that happened. But it's all your choices. You choose to basically help it hold you down. Back quite a few years ago, when I was diagnosed with PTSD, one of the biggest realizations that I had for myself in my healing journey was my PTSD was my fault. And most people didn't understand what I was saying. And they're like, no, Janine, what happened to you wasn't your fault. It's not your fault. I'm not saying what happened to me was my fault. I'm saying how my brain is reacting to it is my fault. My brain is a part of me. It's a part of me. Whether it's a part I can control or not. I can't control my heart beating, but it beats. It's a part of me. Some people are more prone to having PTSD. And when I literally stopped and realized that all of these PTSD symptoms, when it came to the anxiety and the freakouts and the anger and the aggression and all of this, a lot of anger and aggression, a lot of this was my choice. Not always on purpose. A lot of it is, that fight, flight, freeze. But what I realized, it was also my choice to want to get better, to know I needed to get help, and to step into that. PTSD taught me a lot about myself and my strengths and my weaknesses, and it lets me now help so many more people. I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing, being able to help people that I help without it, in my opinion. They say that, all roads lead to one direction, but at the same time, I don't know they do. Because I believe in multi-dimensional universes where I'm just in this universe where this is what happened to me and this is the choice I made. And I can almost guarantee there's another version of Janine that didn't make this choice. And I'm happy that I'm this version. Even though it has been very, very, very hard sometimes. So it's your chance and your opportunity every single day to take back control of your life. You are literally one decision away from things changing. It doesn't need to be big changes all at once. Again, go back to those micro goals. Everything all at once can be just so overwhelming. If you're ready for big change, go for it. Jump forward and do it. Don't let yourself stop yourself. Do it. But if that's overwhelming to you, take the micro goals. Everybody needs to understand we're all at different stages all the time. Something as simple as deciding what boundaries you have with other people. Make sure you tell them what those boundaries are. Clear communication is key in all aspects of life. Tell them your boundaries. Create your boundaries, tell them your boundaries, and stand up for yourself when they push those boundaries, because people are used to doing old patterns. So they're going to go to their old patterns and ask you for something. You're going to try to keep your boundaries. That's your job. That's it. So if you're lost where to even start on all of this, talk to someone. Talk to a friend or a family member or even one of the amazing practitioners in your area. They can help, and they can kind of see sometimes these blind spots, or they have ways of coping with stress or anxiety or pointers. Like, that's why we have so many coaches all over the place, is health coaches, business coaches, life coaches. All of that is to literally help guide you in the direction that you need to go because you have blind spots. So yeah, that was pretty much all that I wanted to go over. Kind of my tip for this month would be to try to be more present in your life and try to enter more of a state of a state of being instead of a state of doing. That was it. And it can basically help your busy brain and your worrying mind. So I guess a couple key points coming up this month would be, we have the new moon in Capricorn on January 11th. We have the full moon in Leo on January 25th. And basically we switch from Capricorn season to Aquarius season on January 20th. And as a January sun person, I'm looking forward to it, even though it's my sun sign and I would love a little sun right now. It's been, oh gosh, it is just green and a weird winter. We have no snow here. I'm up in Canada and we always have snow for winter. I think there's only been one other year that I can remember where there wasn't snow on the ground. And this year it has rained multiple times. And I swear to God, I heard somebody have the lawnmower out a few days ago, which completely confused me. And yeah, it's been a weird winter. I really hope we get some snow. Usually we always do by the end of January, but at this point we should have more snow than we have right now. So we should see how that goes. And yeah, again, if you have anybody that you want to come on the podcast, have them come on. I am really loving doing this. Yeah, I'm learning a lot about myself and about all of the programs and all of the things. It's been a learning curve. It's been entertaining. And like I said, it can only get better. Yeah. Well, happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year. Happy winter solstice. Happy Yule. Happy Christmas. Man, all of the happiness. And yeah, I really hope you take this time to kind of go within and take a moment for yourself, especially now, and don't beat yourself up. Don't worry about not doing enough. You have definitely been going a little too hard lately, like everybody else. And even if you don't celebrate the holidays, just going grocery shopping is overwhelming right now. Like, it's just crazy time of year. Take a break. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, just like I said, if you're going to do your New Year's resolutions, just try to go easy on yourself. Don't try and change every part of your life all in one day, please. Or just plan for spring and plan for all of the things that you usually would consider a New Year's thing. Plan for spring and just enjoy yourself. Love your family. Connect back in with you. Maybe try, I don't know, reading a book. I think I should try reading a book. I did get myself a couple new books. Even though I probably shouldn't, because I have way too many books that I've never read. But that's what I do. But yeah, try something new. I don't know. If you have any questions, any comments, any this, any that, blah, 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 just message me. I would love to hear from everyone. And I will see you again next week. If you found any resonance in today's discussion, don't forget to share, subscribe, and leave a review. Your engagement really means a lot to me. Connect with me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at the Wild Nova Podcast. If you have any questions or comments, you can email me at info@wildnova.ca. And as always, visit my website for any additional resources at wildnova.ca. I'm your host, Janine O'Brien. Remember, the connection between your body, mind, and spirit is a journey worth embracing. So until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.